Okay, so y'all, today we are making special. Now, this is something that I used to cook for my children when they were coming up all the time. And even, you know, the fact that they are grown-ups, they still love for me to cook this dish. So, right now I'm browning my ground beef and I'm cooking my bacon. So, I'll be back in a second and we're going to break this down on exactly how to cook special. Okay? Okay, so right now I got my ground beef. That's all browned up, and I put me a little season blend in it. I did season it with my seasoned salt, onion powder, a little bit of garlic, some black pepper, a little roasted garlic and herb. You know, just the normal that I always do. Not too much. You know, I ain't want to over season it because you don't want to overpower your pot before you get your beans in there. So that's pretty much done. And then over here, I got my sausages. Now, you can use whatever sausage you like. I like the Little Smokies. And as you can see, I cut them in half. That's my thing. I love Little Smokies. So at this point, what I'm going to do, I'm going to transfer them Little Smokies over there. Yeah. I'm going to transfer them over there. And now, while those are there, I got my bacon here. And I'm going to have to chop that up. I probably should have chopped that up first before I did that. But I'm going to cut this on low and I'm going to chop that up. Okay? Y'all give me a minute. Alrighty, the bacon is in the pot. And we're going to fold all that over. And I'm going to give y'all a better look. This is one of my children's favorites. So I enjoy cooking it because I know one thing about them. When it comes to beans in my house, they get them all of it gets ate up. Lima beans, baked beans, whatever kind of beans I cook, they gonna eat every last one of them. Because I just try my best to make it taste good. That's why I tell people, if you don't like to cook, don't get your hand in that kitchen. Because your food gonna taste funny. Don't do that to these people. Then they got to choke it down. All right. We about to start adding out the rest of our ingredients. Come on. So, I just added my can of baked beans. And I'm going to start out with just one can. That's what I'm using. Now, the difference between regular baked beans and special is that special is more meaty. It's more, way more meaty. Like I told y'all earlier, in here I have sausages, I have bacon, and it's going to be chunky. So, since I use so much ground beef, I'm going to have to go in and do another can of beans. My daughter going to love that. So, give me a minute, y'all. Let me go get another can of beans. Okay, so yeah, I definitely needed another can of beans because this pot is mighty meaty. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, this is something like a chili. Yeah. It's something like a chili, but with baked beans. See, where I'm from Miami, and we eat our chili with rice. Now, I got this particular dish from my daughter's father. My first husband, he used to make this, but not like I did. Once I took over the kitchen, I was like, no. This how we gonna do this. And he made it okay. It's just that I like a lot more flavor in mine. Okay. But definitely plenty of meat. It has to be. It's almost like, I know they used to have some kind of stew. It's almost like a stew, like a pork and bean stew. But the name of it, they call it special. And this is the thing. My daughter's father, which was my first husband, I don't know. He was part Cuban, and he was also part Bahamian. And for some reason, he had this thing where he felt like black people didn't eat chili. So this is what we should eat, you know, since we don't eat. I'm like, I eat chili. I love chili. Had no problem. Grew up on chili. But this was like their replacement as far as chili was concerned. So he said, you know, that was their thing. I don't know, but we ate chili growing up. But once I cooked this, I still cook chili. You know, I still love chili. But my kids have always loved special. So we're going to go in with our seasonings. Okay, so first we're going to go back in with our famous seasoned salt. Y'all know I love McCormick. I don't do Lawry's. Not that it's nothing wrong with Lawry's. I just prefer McCormick. To me, McCormick, no, wait, is it Morton's or McCormick? Okay, I'm sorry, it's Morton's. I prefer Morton's because to me, it's not as salty as Lawry's. I don't have a problem with Lawry's. I just think that it's a little too salty for me, in my taste. You know, so we're going to do a lot of black pepper. We're going to do a lot of onion powder. Gonna get all that up in there. Excuse me. And we got the rest of this roasted garlic and herb that we might as well put on in the pot. Now, baby, if you think it's over, it ain't. Because guess what? This is where the nitty gritty starts. Y'all ready? Give me 1 second. At this point, this is where the flavor comes in. We about to add in some barbecue sauce. Might need a little bit more than that. Yeah. We're going to add in us a little barbecue sauce. We're going to add in some mustard. Yeah. Gonna get it a little mustard. Mix that up in there. Yeah. Looking at the color, we probably gonna need a little bit more barbecue sauce. So let's get us a little bit more in here. Just a little bit. Look like that's all we got. I'm gonna turn this over and see if we can get it all. Might as well get it all. And we're going to add us a little sugar. Hold up. As y'all can see, I had to bless the pot with a little brown sugar. We're going to mix that. We're going to fold that on up in there. Yeah. I'm going to get that on up in there. Going on in there. Yep. Mix that on up in there. We're gonna add just a little bit of cinnamon. Not much. Just a little. Now, me personally, I just like a little tiny little bit of vanilla. Don't judge me. Just a little bit. Not, don't full the cap up, nothing like that, you know. Just a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. Not a whole lot. You know, because you still want to have that baked bean taste. You know. Boy, yeah. See that though? See that though? Ain't that something? Now, I'm going to add a little bit more barbecue sauce. Just a little. Matter of fact, I'm just going to use the rest of what's in here because look like that's what we got, even though I got a whole nother one. I don't know. I might use it. I might not. I ain't sure. I don't know. We might have to add a little bit more just to make it good. All right, y'all. This is what we are working with. This is what you call special. Plenty meat. Plenty beans. More meat, actually, than beans. You got to have a whole lot of meat up in there. Because like I said, my kids, they eat it on top of rice. You can eat it all by itself. You know, just like a little stew. You know, like a cowboy stew. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But it is good. Okay. Special. Okay, so now let's taste it. Now, look, I know I'm looking a little glossy, but since I've been home, I've been working. Okay, got out work, came home and went to cooking. I actually made some pasta salad. I'll probably make a reel out of that later, but we gonna have that with this too. I'm gonna make some barbecue chicken. I made the pasta salad. Probably gonna make a tossed salad. This is pretty much for tomorrow, but come on, let's get on into this. Here, y'all get a little bit right here. I'm gonna taste it. God has been so good. Good just ain't good enough. Been better than good to me. That is good. And the flavor is awesome. So when I put it on top of rice, I'm gonna make another video, because that's gonna be good. Okay, see y'all later. Special pork and beans, meat, seasoning, flavors. You can eat it by itself. You can cook it and put it on top of rice. But trust me, your children, your husband, your mama, your dad, everybody gonna love it. Because if you love baked beans, you will definitely love special. See y'all later. Bye-bye. So this is pretty much what the special looks like. I am fixing a little bit for a friend of mine who is coming to pick up a plate. And this is like pretty much it over rice. Yeah. This is pretty much special with rice. And it is absolutely delicious. I hope y'all try it. Yeah. Pork and beans, ground beef, bacon, sausage. Meaty, meaty, meaty. Make sure it's really, really meaty. Okay? Make sure it's meaty. It's special. Try it. And let me know if you try it. Trust me, your family gonna love it. And it's a quick meal.